Joyous morning, fellow human beings. Muslims, claims of perfection. What if I was to claim I made the perfect apple pie? What if I was to claim I had taken ordinary flour, ordinary salt, ordinary eggs, and made the perfect crust for the perfect apple pie? What if I was to claim I had taken ordinary apples, ordinary brown sugar, ordinary cinnamon, and ordinary butter, sliced the apples perfectly so that every piece of the perfect apple pie had the perfect amount of apples to butter to cinnamon to brown sugar to crust ratio in every morsel of the perfect apple pie? What if I was to take an ordinary oven and place the ordinary ingredients in an ordinary pie tray and bake the perfect apple pie? So far, all I have done is make claims. But what if, as the ordinary ingredients in the ordinary pie tray in the ordinary oven began to emit the perfect scent to each nose that was lucky enough to be graced by the smell of the perfect apple pie baking? Now I had done more than make claims. Now there was testimony of those that had experienced with their own noses the sense of the perfect scent of the perfect apple pie. Now, what if I was to turn the light of the ordinary oven on, and every eye that saw the perfect pie being baked, whether sight able or blind, came to tears when they were exposed to the oven light emitting on the perfect apple pie? And with each tear that fell from each eye, a profound, perfect sense of peace rose from the depths of joy of each eye's owner. And at the perfect time, the perfect apple pie would sit waiting on the counter at the perfect temperature for blissful tasting. Then an ordinary knife would cut a perfect slice of the perfect apple pie and place the perfect slice of the perfect apple pie on an ordinary plate. Then an ordinary fork would cut the perfect tip of the perfect slice of the perfect apple pie and slowly scoop it up to be raised up to the waiting mouth of an ordinary person crying, feeling joy well up from their depths in expectation of the perfect amount of the perfect apple pie. And once the perfect piece of the perfect slice of the perfect apple pie crossed the threshold of the lips, the ecstasy would no longer be contained, and the ordinary earth dweller would experience the ambrosia of the gods each and every time the perfect amount of the perfect piece of the perfect slice of the perfect apple pie was experienced by each and every mortal creature, no longer to be relegated to the category of claim, but to now be experienced by all, from potential to actuality. This is my interpretation of Muslims' claims of a Quran being analogous to the perfect apple pie, each chapter and verse correlating to each perfect slice of the perfect apple pie, each sentence and word being represented by each forkful of the perfect amount of the perfect piece of the perfect slice of the perfect apple pie. Looking upon a Quran would bring the experience of joy swelling from the depths of ecstasy, being carried to the surface by tears and exposed to the world as the tears fall from the eyes that can now see. And being in proximity to a Quran is like each nose lucky enough to smell the scent of the perfect apple pie. I've been in libraries, bookstores, and homes with Qurans and never felt its presence or a sense of amazement and awe. I have looked upon a Quran with tearless eyes, opened the pages of a Quran without feelings of ecstasy or perfection, read the words of a Quran without joy or enlightenment. Why is Quranic perfection hidden behind having to know a specific language? Why is perfection not visible or accessible until ritual is performed? Why is Quranic perfection not obtainable without hadith and sunnah, ordinary people giving opinions? Why is a Quran not like the perfect apple pie, perfect in scent to each nose lucky enough to be in the vicinity, perfect in appearance to each and every eye with or without sight, bringing tears of joy by just looking upon it, perfect in language to the consciousness that opens its pages and reads its words, not needing to be translated, unable to not be understood, perfect whether man or beast? I understand the concept of perfection. The perfect apple pie proves that. Making claims to perfection is easy. Muslims and Christians do it all the time. A Quran or a Christ story does not even start to compare to the perfect apple pie. as Inigo Montoya says to Vicini, looking down at the dread Private Roberts. When Vicini says, You don't believe a Quran? It's perfect? Inconceivable. And Inigo says to Vicini, You keep using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means. And Christians, neither do you. Think about it. Enjoy the day. Be safe. Bye.